Now let's see one more property. I'll show you the property first and then we can solve the questions on it. The property is integral 0 to pi by 2 sin mx sin power mx into cos power nx dx is equal to, so whenever you have any such combination, then you take m and you write m minus 1, m minus 3, so on until you go till 2 or 1, multiplied with, again you start with n minus 1, n minus 3, so on until you go till 2 or 1, which means you start with m minus 1 here and you successively decrement 2, and here you start with n minus 1 and you successively decrement 2, and in the denominator you find out m plus n and then you successively decrement 2 there. So start with m plus n and then m plus n minus 2, so on till 2 or 1. Okay, now finally you have to multiply with k, and that k is going to be pi by 2 when m comma n are even, and k is going to be 1 if it is not, in any other case, which means one is even, one is odd, or both are odd. In that case it is going to be 1. See, one more thing you should be careful about is, either in this example or in the previous example, always the power has to be a positive integer, which means we are never going to deal, or we cannot apply this formula whenever m or n is a negative integer. Got it? Okay, now let's look at some example. Integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power 8x into cos cube x dx. So how to solve it is, start with m, okay, and start with m minus 1 and you decrement 2 each, so which means m minus 1 decrement 2 decrement 2 decrement 2 until you reach 2 or 1, and again start with n minus 1 and you decrement, keep on decrementing 2. So if I start with n minus 1, it is going to be 2, so you are going to stop there. Got it? And in the denominator you are going to start with m plus n, which means 11, and you keep on decrementing 2, so 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, 1. Now what is the final one? You have to multiply with k. That value of k depends on what these two are, right? So in case if both are even, it is going to be pi by 2, otherwise it is going to be 1. Since both are not even, it is going to be 1. So the answer is 2 by 99. Got it? And now the next question is integral 0 to pi sin power 4 x into cos cube x dx. So there is a property that if it is odd function, right, it is going to be 0, otherwise if it is even function, it is going to be 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2. See, now what I wanted to see is whether I could express it in this form or not. That is what I wanted to check, which means I don't know I could write it this way. What I want to check is if I could write it as if it is 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power 4x into cos cube x dx. Why am I trying to write it this way? Because I can apply that formula, right? But then before checking it, I should be sure that, see, whenever you are going to write like this, you should be sure that the function is even. So how to be sure? So you can use this, or you can write this only when f of pi minus x, which means this one, f of, if it is integral 0 to 2a, then it is f of 2a minus x should be equal to f of x, then only you can write this way, right? Now if you try to find it out, f of pi minus x, in this case here you are going to get sin power 4 pi minus x, which is going to be sin power 4x only, and cos power 3 pi minus x, which is going to be minus cos x whole power 3, which means this entire thing is going to be minus x. So if you try to find out f of pi minus x for this one, you are going to get minus f of x, which means it is an odd function. So whenever it is an odd function, you cannot write like this, the answer is going to be 0. So for this one, the answer is going to be 0, right? Now let's see this one. Integral minus 2 pi to 2 pi sin power 4x into cos power 8x dx. So how to solve it is, find out whether it is even function or not. In case if it is even function, you could write it as 2 into integral 0 to 2 pi, right? See, I want to convert this one so that I could apply this formula. That is what I am trying to do here, right? So integral 2 into integral 0 to 2 pi, can I write it like that or not? That depends on whether it is even function or not. Now just find out whether it is even function or not. How to find it out? It is from minus 2 pi to 2 pi. See, if it is from 0 to pi, then you have to use this one, f of minus f of pi minus x equal to f of x or not. That is what you are going to check. But if it is from minus 2 pi to 2 pi, then you have to check f of minus x is equal to f of x or not. Then it is even, right? So now if you try to find out f of minus x, you are going to get sine power 4x only. Here you are going to get minus cos, but again since it is power 8, it is going to convert to plus, which means if you find out f of minus x here, you are going to get f of x only, which means it is an even function. Therefore you can write it as 2 into integral 0 to 2 pi f of x dx, alright. So which is going to be, so I am not going to substitute f of x here, so you assume that f of x is the same thing. Now again if you see it, it is from 0 to 2 pi. I want to write it as if it is 2 into 0 to pi. So when can I do that? Again I need to check this one, right? Since it is from 0 to 2 pi, you have to check f of 2 pi minus x, which means here you have to place in place of x 2 pi minus x, 2 pi minus x, right? And then if you have to check whether it is f of x or not. In this case it happens to be f of x. If you find out f of 2 pi minus x, that will be equal to f of x, which means again it is an even function. Therefore you can write it as it is 2 into, which means already it is there, this entire function can be written as 2 into integral 0 to pi, this entire function, right? Now 2 into 2 will be there, which means 4 into integral 0 to pi f of x dx. Now I want to still write it as integral 0 to pi by 2. Why? Because I can apply this formula only for integral 0 to pi by 2. So can I write it as 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 f of x dx, this entire integral? That is what I want to know, alright. It turns out that you could write, the reason is here if you find out f of pi minus x, that will be equal to f of x, which means it is a even function again, right? So find out f of pi minus x, it is going to be sine power 4 pi minus x into cos power 8 pi minus x. So you are going to get minus cos here, but still it is a power of 8, therefore you are going to get same function. So it is going to be 8 into integral 0 to pi by 2 f of x dx. Now finally we got it in a form we need. What is the form? 0 to pi by 2 sine power mx into cos power nx. Now it can easily be written as 8 into, so why 8? 8 is already there, 8 into, now you start from m minus 1, which means you start from 3 and you keep on decrementing 2. From 3, if you decrement 2, it is going to be 1. Now here also you start from n minus 1 and you keep on decrementing 2. If I start from n minus 1, it is going to be 7, and if I keep on decrementing 2, it is going to be 7, 5, 3, 1. Got it? And in the denominator you start with m plus n, which means you add these two, it is going to be 12, and then from there you keep on decrementing 2. Got it? Till you reach 2 or 1. So here you got 2, and then you have to multiply with either pi by 2 or 1 depending on what these numbers are. In this case both the numbers are actually even, therefore you are going to multiply with pi by 2. So the answer is going to be 7 pi by 256, final answer. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.